failing. Now, whether it be failing in the classroom, failing in the gym while you're lifting, failing on the track. I guess on the track is more of a specific type of thing, but that's what came to my mind because I ran track. Failing at your dance recital, music recital, it doesn't matter. I think failing is what separates us humans from other beings. Humans have this amazing self-driven perseverance when it comes to failure, at least some humans. And I kind of wanted to shine some light on failure as a whole. There have been times where even if you aren't a failure, you may feel like a failure because of the tough requirements we put on ourselves. I know there have been times where, at least when I ran track, I felt like I'd failed. But when you look at the time, it's really not that bad of a time. It's an okay time. I think what separates the real men from boys, though, or the women from girls, is those who can fail and get back up. You know, there's that Chinese proverb or Chinese parable, whatever you want to call it, the knock down 6 times, stand up 7 times. There's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in being able to pick up your bootstraps when you failed. And like I said, this can be failure in anything. It doesn't even have to be anything intense. But then again, what I consider intense might not be intense to some of you, and what you consider intense might not be intense to me. But in the end of the day, being able to pick yourself up, put on your big boy and your big girl pants, saying, yeah, I failed, but I'm going to go at it again, and I'm going to do it until I succeed. And you'll see that here in this video. I did a whole lot of upper body stuff today, a lot of snatch pushes. I think that's what you call them. Some jerks. And I failed at one of the weights. And it's not necessarily that the weight was heavy. I just got in a bad position and I had to drop it. And you'll see the little clip after that. I went right back into it. I gave myself a little breather. I got right back into it and I did it. So being able to push forward separates the success from the unsuccess. Because yeah, I failed, but I turned it around a couple minutes later and succeeded. Now before we continue, I have the verse of the day coming up here. I'm in Ephesians now. I've got Ephesians 2, 4 through 5. But God is so rich in mercy, and He loved us so much that even though we were dead because of our sins, He gave us life when He raised Christ from the dead. It is only by God's grace that you have been saved. Read that today. And I'm actually going to include some Ephesians 2 verse again, one that really caught my eye, in tomorrow's video as well. And in a couple days, my friend Yusef will be here. He's going to come and work out with me, and we'll have a video, and I'm going to ask him some questions. So stay tuned. But as I was saying, I failed today at, I believe the snatch push was 185 pounds. And I'm going to be real with you guys, I've never done snatch pushes before. So the fact that I failed, yeah, I failed. I had to drop it. It's because I got out of position and I was a little wonky. And that's okay. I gave myself a little breather. I looked at the footage. I saw what I did. I said, okay, let's do this again. So I did it again. And I actually went up in weight. So today was I guess you could say today was a personal best day for me. I did some weight on a lift I haven't done in a long time or ever. I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. And I ended up snatch pushing 225 pounds, which is, I'm thrilled with that. So that'll be at the end of the video if you want to skip over and see it. But it would have been so easy for me to have failed at 185 and said, you know what? I couldn't do it. I'm done. No. I can do it. The weight was not that heavy. It didn't feel heavy on my shoulders. It felt good. I just got in a bad position, so let's do it again. And I talked a lot about this yesterday or the day before, but being able to distinguish between, okay, like let's say this weight was really heavy. Let's say it was like a max 100% full effort and I failed. There is no shame in having to call it quits after that. If your body cannot tolerate a push or a pull or a lift or whatever it is, there is no shame in having to say, okay, I can't do this. This is my max effort. I will come back, right? I will come back and I will attempt this again in the future. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but I will be back here to do this again. Versus saying, okay, I can't do this, I'm done, I quit. And that's where that fine line goes between being smart and being stupid. Because like I said, if it was a 100% effort, I've never attempted that before, I can't go any higher, this is a full max effort. Yeah, if I can't do it, I might call it quits for a few days, rest up, continue to train a little bit, and then hop back. And that's smart. And the stupid thing to do in that moment would be like, oh, let me try it again. I mean, we all have that own internal voice that tells us, okay, you can do that. I know you can do that. Because let's say I attempted my best and I failed. But I knew I just failed because I was in a bad position. Okay, well, let me look at the footage. Let me try it again. Let me get in the perfect position, maybe at a lesser weight, and then let's do it again. Versus, okay, I couldn't do it. I was in a good position. It's just really heavy. I will come back. And I won't be an idiot. I won't hurt myself. So there is no shame in failing. The shame is not trying again. The shame is not standing up again. You know, fall down 6 times, stay down 6 times. No, that's not what the parable says. It says you fall 6 times, you get up 7 times. And that is what separates men from boys, women from ladies. Is being able to say, yeah, I failed, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to attempt it again. In this case, lifting, I failed. I can do it. I just got in a bad position. Or saying, okay, that was really heavy. I failed. I will come back. And I think here's the clip now, actually. 185 pounds for a snatch push. And the initial motion of getting it up is not that difficult. But the motion of the initial push is not that difficult. But the push from the bottom, right there, you see how I was wobbly on the way down? I knew I could do it. I mean, I just did it. The weight didn't feel that heavy. So I said, give me a second. I looked at the footage. I saw how wobbly I was. I said, I can do this again. I'm going to do it again. I failed, and that's okay, because I tried again. So here it is, maybe a couple minutes later, 185 pounds, and I go all the way down. See? I just had to get in the right position. I knew I could do it. I wasn't being dumb by attempting it again because I knew it was doable. And I wasn't giving up. It's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. What's not okay is to fail and say, I'm done. Unless you injure yourself, of course. That's maybe a different story. But I could do it. I mean, you guys saw it. You can watch back the clip again. I was just wobbly, kind of on the way down. And snatch is very technical. I mean, when you look at Olympic weightlifters, they are always clean and jerking a lot more than they are snatching, because snatch is such a technical event. And the pressure of having your arms out wide, the pressure on your shoulders and your back is a lot more than versus the pressure on your shoulder and back when you do a clean and a jerk, just because of the angle of your arms, etc. So here's 225 pounds. I did a jerk. Didn't look very good, but I got it up. I'm going to try and clean that up in the near future. And then you'll see in this last clip, I was able to do 225. It wasn't super clean for a snatch push. Wasn't very clean, pretty wobbly. That probably would have been a red card if that were a competition, but I'm not trying to compete. So I'll let you guys watch this clip. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.